Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Minnesota.
What a nice touch at the ballpark here tonight. Prince's personal touring DJ, Dudley D, is here providing the pregame music at the ballpark. The Twins will return home now. It's the first time they're here since the death of the Minneapolis icon. They're honoring Prince at Target Field. We'll hear Prince all throughout the evening, and his signature color is all over the field tonight. We are primed in purple to honor the musical genius. The Twins began a week-long homestand tonight back at Target Field to play the first of 3 against the Cleveland Indians. And good evening from Minneapolis. I'm Marnie Gellner. On Friday, the day after Prince passed away, the Twins wore purple wristbands and purple arm sleeves to honor his memory, and they will pay tribute to him again here tonight, including a very special 7th inning stretch that will become a new tradition at Target Field. We'll carry it live here on Fox Sports North, and it will be something to see. Take a look at your series setup for the Twins and the Indians. Prince's song 1999 was released in 1983, the number 12 song in Billboard's Top 100 that year. The Indians were in Detroit this past weekend for 3 games and swept the Tigers for the 18th time since 1999. When Doves Cry came out in '84 and spent 5 weeks as the number 1 song in the country. That's the longest of any of Prince's number 1 singles. Twins fans, they may have shed a tear over the game yesterday. A tough end to a tough series as the Nationals swept Minnesota. One of my very favorites, Diamonds and Pearls, came out in 1992 and went to number 3 on the Billboard chart. A couple of gems to watch here this series. Miguel Sano sitting 344 in his last 8. Francisco Lindor batting 379 his last 8. Prince released The Arms of Orion in '89, another top 40 song. The Arms in tonight's game, Tommy Malone, who has had some success against Cleveland in his career, and Danny Salazar, who's been great this season and great over his last 4 against the Twins with an ERA of 2.63. Coming up, the Twins have made some moves. Dick and Bert have details on the changes to the Twins roster coming up after this.
Big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for the everyday competitor in all of us. Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for the everyday competitor in all of us.
There will be a lot of purple at Target Field tonight as the Twins and their fans honor Prince. And of course, what the Twins really want to do is get this homestand started on the right foot after a forgettable road trip. Danny Salazar will pitch in the opener for the Indians against left-hander Tommy Milone. And we welcome you to Target Field. The Twins are hoping a little home field cooking will get them turned around and their season turned around. After what happened yesterday, a heartbreaking loss in 16 innings, the Twins had to make not one, but two roster moves.
Yeah, you know what? Danny Santana was ready to come off the disabled list. He had gone down to Fort Myers. Everything was okay. So he's activated off the disabled list. Alex Meyer, because of the 16-inning ball game, Twins needed some help in that bullpen. Alex Meyer getting called up. Well, a couple guys activated means a couple guys have to go down. Byron Buxton, I think we all know he needs to go down and find himself. And for Max Kepler, another youngster that just needs to go down and get some at-bats and play.
Bottom line for tonight's game anyway, there are only two bench players available for Paul Molitor tonight as the Twins hope to do something against Danny Salazar. Tommy Malone's been tough against the Indians, and Salazar has been tough against the Twins. After the second road trip of the year, tonight the Twins start the second homestand of the year. The first one was a 4-4 homestand, and obviously this team is in need of something to turn its season around. 9 games below the 500 mark again. And Terry Francona had a wonderful series in Detroit. They swept the Tigers in Detroit in a 3-game series. So they come to Target Field with a little momentum. They've done what they can in the offseason to beef up their right-handed hitting, and you'll see some new names in their Menards batting order like Rajay Davis,
Kipnis, Lindor, Mike Napoli's new to them, Carlos Santana, Yan Gomes, Marlon Byrd, Juan Uribe, and Jose Ramirez.
And all those right-handers in the lineup, because who's on the mound? Tommy Milone, left-hander, 29 years old. This will be his 4th start of the year. He's had one pretty good one. That was a couple starts ago. But what they're looking at Tommy Milone, because of the long game yesterday in Washington, hopefully he gets 6-7 good innings in. He's got some very good numbers against the Indians in his career.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Oswaldo Arcia gets left field. Danny Santana reactivated from the disabled list gets center field. Miguel Sano in right. Eduardo Nunez at third. Eduardo Escobar at short. Dozier and Hart together on the right side of the infield for the 2nd game in a row. Joe Mauer DHing and Kurt Suzuki behind the plate. We saw 2 years ago Santana can cover some ground and do a good job in center. And with both Buxton and Kepler being sent down, we expect to see Santana out there more often than not.
Well, yeah, he hurt himself running after a ball in Kansas City, and that put him on a disabled list. And now he's back, and hopefully he'll bring some of that electricity and get the Twins on the right roll.
Davis, Kipnis, and Lindor facing Tommy Milone.
Tommy Milone made 2 starts against the Indians last year. Now there's completely different guys in the lineup, but he pitched very well in those 2 starts. He won both of them with a 2.53 ERA.
Twin Cities native Jeff Nelson has the plate. Doug Eddings, Laz Diaz, and Ben May on the bases. 1 strike. And now a ball. Over the last several years, the Indians have really struggled against left-handed pitching. And so in the offseason, that was a point of emphasis, bringing in guys like Napoli, Davis, and Juan Uribe, right-handed hitters, veteran right-handed batters who've seen a lot of left-handed pitching.
That's the thing. They didn't get guys that have, maybe 3 or 4 years of experience. They got experienced right-handed hitters like Rajay Davis, 35 years old, 11 seasons now in the big leagues. Last couple with the Detroit Tigers. He's played with 6 different teams.
1-2 to Davis. And just missing the outside corner. Well, the results aren't very encouraging so far. Indians are hitting .223 against left-handers and .269 against right-handers. So maybe that will bode well for Milone here tonight. Swing and a miss, and he starts the game with a strikeout.
Good changeup right there. Tommy Milone is all about adding and subtracting. Just missed with that fastball, then pulled the string and got the strikeout. Very good numbers, 3-1. Very good over his last 5 starts against the Indians. This is actually his 7th career start against the Indians, but he's had some good outings. That's what the Twins need.
Absolutely. And Jason Kipnis will hit with 1 down in the 1st. We've talked over Malone's last couple of starts, how effective he's been early in his starts. And while we certainly hope that's the case, the hope here for Paul Molitor and Neil Allen is that he can extend that effectiveness all through 8 or 9 innings.
Yeah, the first 3 starts, every first 3 innings, he has not given up a run yet in the first 3 starts. So yes, it's 4-5 and so on.
1-1 to Kipnis, and a strike called. 1-2. He looks back at Jeff Nelson. Kipnis hitting just .200 against lefties, nearly .400 against righties.
Kipnis, this is year number 6 for him with the Indians. A 2-time All-Star.
And Milone off to a great start with strikeouts of Davis and Kipnis.
Well, we saw the changeup away. We saw Milone. He needs to get ahead in the count. And then he drops that big, slow curveball on Kipnis. Kipnis swings through it.
2 down, and that'll bring up Francisco Lindor. Might be the most exciting player that the Indians have. A year ago, he wasn't even with them. He jumped in last year after spending some time at AAA and ignited the lineup. Plays a spectacular shortstop.
Twins have not figured a way to get this young man out. Against the Twins staff, 21 hits in 50 at-bats. It's a .420 batting average.
Fly ball center field, and Santana with his back to the infield plays it perfectly. And Milone has a quick 1-2-3 first inning, including a couple of strikeouts.
Molitor hoping that some home cooking will get this season turned around. Molitor last year with a good record against the Indians, hoping that will bode well through 2016. Menards batting order: Eduardo Nunez, Brian Dozier, Joe Mauer, Miguel Sano, Byung-Ho Park, Oswaldo Arcia, Eduardo Escobar, Kurt Suzuki, and Danny Santana.
And on the mound for the Indians here tonight, it'll be Danny Salazar, making his 4th start of the year. He's off to a very good start. All 3 starts have been outstanding. And making his 8th career start against the Twins, his 5th here at Target Field. And actually, the Twins have had okay success against him here at Target Field.
Nunez, a bright spot at an otherwise disheartening game yesterday, as he continues to play well for the Twins and gives them a high on base percentage out of the leadoff spot.
They picked up 4 hits in yesterday's ball game. 2nd time this season he has had a 4-hit game.
1-0 from Salazar. The ball hit to the right field corner, and that ball is foul, and not by much. Tell, as Nunez was running out of the box, that ball didn't have much slice on it, but apparently enough to spin it foul.
Well, that's one thing we have seen from Eduardo Nunez, is that he has used the whole field. Well, just 4 or 5 feet foul.
So the count is 1-1.
It comes in 19 hits and 44 at bats. A couple triples, 1 triple, 2 doubles. He's driven in 8 runs.
Had enough in his legs after 15 innings yesterday to steal a big base, and what the Twins hoped was going to be the game-winning run. A little bit low, and it's 2-1. Twins are 0-6 against American League Central teams, something they hope to take care of tonight. Being swept in Kansas City and being swept here by the White Sox. Now the outside corner, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Salazar has a very good fastball, very good split finger he'll use as a changeup, and then a slider, occasional curveball. Finger away, fastball.
Just missed. Very close pitch. 3-2.
Salazar, 26 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Gomes wanting it away, and it's away. Pretty good pitch.
And chopped to the right side. Kipnis gets him by a half step, 1 away. And that'll bring up Brian Dozier. Northland Ford defense for the Indians. Jose Ramirez is in left field. Rajay Davis in center, and Marlon Byrd in right. Uribe, Lindor, Kipnis, Napoli, the infielders, and Jan Gomes behind the plate.
Yeah, I think Brian Dozier had his best day at the plate yesterday. It seemed like, first couple bats, remember, he hit line drives to center field, then he got a base hit, then he got the big 3-run home run, and everybody was like, yes. And it just pan out.
Pitches away, ball 1. The Indians shifting him to the pull side in the infield. 1-0. Salazar's got some of the nastiest stuff around. He doesn't give up many hits, but Dozier, for whatever reason, has figured him out, both in terms of hits and power. 9 for 18 with 2 home runs. 2-0. 3-0. Mauer on deck.
Well, a lot of times when you have success against a certain pitcher, that pitcher knows that, and so what do you end up doing? Exactly what Salazar has done. He's fallen behind on somebody he knows, probably says, I don't want this guy to beat me because he's had good success. You try to be too fine, and all of a sudden, Dozier may get the green light. He takes a strike.
Dozier took a look at that pitch, hoping that he gets another one in the same spot, about where the fastball was yesterday that he cracked for a 3-run home run. 3-1. And he got it, swung through it, foul tip, 3-2.
Yeah, fastball at 95. This young man can throw. He's not a big guy, 6 foot, about 195. Indians signed him when he was 16 years old out of the Dominican Republic. This is his 4th season.
Popped up, short center. And Rajai Davis comes in a couple of steps. 2 away. Our Toyota key stat tonight. Most consecutive games reaching base so far this year. Joe Mauer 19. And he extended the streak yesterday even though he didn't start.
Yeah, pinch hit single late in the ball game.
2 down. And Mauer at the plate. The designated hitter today. Park getting 2 games in a row at first base. Take it low, ball 1. And now a strike.
Mauer in his career against the Indians, a .330 hitter. Has 12 career home runs against the Indians. Against Danny Salazar, Joe 4 for 13.
Up and away.
Salazar pitched a game here in September last year, and he hooked up against Irvin Santana. He pitched a good ball game. Santana pitched better, and the Twins ended up beating Salazar 3-1.
And now a 3-ball count to Mauer with Sano on deck.
Salazar came into the ball game 18 1/3 innings in his first 3 starts, so averaging over 6 innings a start. Only 3 earned runs allowed, 9 walks with 23 strikeouts.
Foul back, and now it's 3-2. Mentioned the Twins in their last homestand, their first of the year. They went 4-4, but they lost their first 3. So your California high school math would tell you they won 4 of their last 5 here at home.
Yeah. Thank you for helping.
Sweeping the Angels, splitting the 2 games with the Brewers.
Salazar going right at the Twins with nothing but fastballs.
Lifted foul near the tarp and just out of the reach of Uribe.
Well, Salazar, you look, we're talking about fastball. He's coming right at the hitters. Well, almost 70% of his pitches are fastballs. And then if he gets a hit, that splitter is his strikeout pitch. You know, mixing a slider and a curveball occasionally. Other than that, he just rears back, and he's got very good control. See, look at that. 1 off-speed pitch so far.
Another 3-2 to Mauer. Driven to the gap, nobody home. That will split the gap and bounce against the wall. Mauer to second base. He's got a double. A perfectly placed line drive between Davis and Bird.
Such a beautiful swing right there. Salazar's fastball, yes, it's got some good velocity at 95, 96, but not a lot of movement. So take a look at this pitch. It's right there. And Joe put a great swing on it. And hit that ball into right center. And it's a double for Joe with 2 outs, his 4th double of the year.
We saw it happen the other way, didn't we, in the 9th inning yesterday. Bryce Harper knew a fastball was coming from Kevin Jepson. Finally got one down that he could handle, and he tied the game with a home run. Here is Sano. Off the plate, ball 1. The Twins struck out 20 times yesterday. And I don't know that it's ever happened before. Granted, it was a 16-inning game. But all 3 starting outfielders for the Twins struck out 4 times, including Sano. That's up and in, 2-0.
Yeah, Sano had an RBI, 1 for 7 in yesterday's ball game, and had a pretty good road trip, starting to heat up a little bit. 7 hits for in 20 at-bats on the road trip between Milwaukee and Washington.
Three and 0, a base open and Park on deck. Salazar's had to work a little bit here already. 22 pitches, just 10 strikes. And his third straight 3-ball count. And Sano takes a walk to fill first base. 2 aboard now for Park. When the Twins were last here, Park was starting to heat up, hitting home runs to left, center, and right. He has 4 home runs on the year, and all 4 have cleared the fence, whether it be left, center, or right, by about 50 feet.
A lot of clubs we have seen him try to pitch Park inside, but it seems like Salazar has missed away with a lot of his fastballs. You see how they start him. He was unable to get a strike on the first 4 batters, work ahead in the count.
And up high, ball 1.
.24 pitches so far, only 10 strikes.
Jammed him, and a bouncer to third. Uribe will go to the bag. Kind of cracked his bat. The Twins get a double and a walk with 2 out, leave 2 aboard in the first. Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. Top of the second coming up on a cool, breezy, cloudy night here at Target Field. Nevertheless, it is good to be home. And Tommy Malone had a very good first inning. Couple of strikeouts and a fly to center field.
Yeah, and speaking about being good to be glad to be home, Tommy Malone has pitched very well here at home. If you go back to June 17th of last year, over his last 10 starts at home, he's 5-1 with a 3.6 ERA. So he has enjoyed home cooking.
Mike Napoli takes inside, 1-1.
Napoli signing as a free agent over the winter.
Now 2-1.
Brings a lot of power with him. Came into the season 204 major league home runs.
And he takes a strike 2 and 2.
Short, compact swing, what Napoli has. Last 3 seasons with the Red Sox.
One drifts outside, and it's 3 and 2. Santana on deck.
See, with Malone, you don't know what he's going to throw.
Change to right
there. Yeah.
And Sano right there for the catch, 1-1.
It's not going to be a fastball. Sometimes he will. He just change speeds right there. And Napoli way out front. Take that power away. And he hit a fly ball to right.
Now the primary designated hitter for the Indians, Carlos Santana. He used to be a catcher. Then they tried him at third base, first base. Napoli's for a converted catcher for anybody. He's a really good fielding first baseman. So the Indians, trying to contend with good pitching and good defense, want their best defensive first baseman out there, and most of the time that's going to be Mike Napoli. Strike 1. Who got the foul tip? Suzuki again?
I thought he got it in the glove. I believe it hit him.
Well, Jeff Nelson stepped in front of the plate for some reason. 1 strike to Carlos Santana, switch hitter, of course. Really struggling from this side of the plate, hitting just 115. 1-1.
Good changeup right there. Good sink down and away to right-handers.
Malone's got 4 outs, might be well on his way to his 5th, and he's only thrown 20 pitches. Liner to left between Nunez and Escobar. A 1-out single for Santana. That'll bring up Yan Gomes. The Budweiser Roof Deck is the ultimate Minnesota Twins outdoor experience. The roof deck is available for your group of 250 guests on both Independence and Labor Day weekends. You can enjoy the wonderful views, the amenities, the large fire, which I'm sure is handy on a chilly night like tonight. Everything you need for mixing game time with social time. Go to twinsbaseball.com/groups. Learn more about how your group can experience the Budweiser Roof Deck. Gomes at the plate. Change up and a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Gomes has not figured out Malone yet. Just 1 hit and 13 at bats. See if we can get a ground ball off the bat of Gomes. A couple double plays turned behind Malone so far this year, this being his 4th start.
Gomes hoping for a bounce back year after injury marred and disappointing year offensively. Suzuki back for a look, but it's out of play.
Yeah, Gomes spent some time on a disabled list, a right knee strain. Played in only 95 ball games, hit only 231.
Year before, though, he had 278, 21 home runs. Two strikes to Gomes. Malone's already picked up a couple of swinging strikeouts. And nice block by Suzuki and a better check swing by Gomes.
Indians like to run a lot, 13 stolen bases, and that's where you want that pitch when you're ahead in the count. Right on the other side of home plate. And Suzuki knocking it down. Santana at first base. Let's make him stop.
And a changeup got him. Another strikeout for Tommy Milone. 2 down.
Strikeout number 3. We saw a strikeout on a changeup in the first inning, then a breaking ball. And there's a good off-speed pitch down. just on the other side of the plate for the second out.
Marlon Byrd, the batter.
Byrd, a late signee by the Indians, actually on March 18th during spring training. Signed a minor league contract and then made the club. Malone does a good job of keeping runners close to the bag, too.
Santana with 10 steals last year, but as you said, you pay him a little attention, you don't expect him to go. High fly, foul, and into the seats.
I always say left-handers have the advantage because that runner's looking right, or you're looking right at that runner, and he's looking at you. Malone has 1 pickoff this year, 14 in his career.
One strike to Byrd. And a called strike, 0-2.
Byrd, 38 years old. The Indians are his 10th different major league team to play for. First came up with the Philadelphia Phillies back in 2002.
Dug out by Suzuki. I would imagine as the Indians have built their team, one of the concerns might be not so much in April when everybody should be fresh, but they do have a lot of older guys on this team that they brought in. Napoli, Davis, Byrd, Uribe, and guys who are Bird's age. You got to kind of pick your spots, I would think, to make sure they get some rest so they're not burnt up by Labor Day.
Yeah, Terry Francona very good at that. He dealt with all those guys basically in Boston.
Fouled back. And this will be the 30th pitch so far tonight for Malone.
Yeah, Terry Francona, his 4th season as manager of the Indians, his 16th year as a manager. Managed the Phillies, the Red Sox, the Indians, 2 World Series champs. He was a manager with the Boston Red Sox in 2004 and 2007.
And inside on the handle of the bat, and a foul back. Santana is not going to be stealing on Malone, because throughout the at-bats here, as Malone's been throwing to the plate, Santana's been leaning back toward first, and we saw that in Malone's last start as well against the Brewers. Uribe on deck. Breaking ball, and that got by Suzuki, and it'll go to the backstop.
I don't know if they were crossed up or not.
Something happened, unless that maybe hit the very front of the plate and hopped over his shoulder.
I thought it was all the way in the air. No, it's right in front of the plate.
Well,
it bounced over his shoulder. So Santana does move over to second base on a wild pitch charged to Malone. His first wild pitch of the year.
Now a 2-2 pitch coming to Byrd with a man in scoring position.
Looked like Malone wanted to throw that ball underneath the plate.
Another foul.
Well, this guy's a veteran hitter. He came into this year a 275 hitter in the big leagues. 154 major league home runs. There's a couple for the Indians already.
Santana at second, and another 2-2 to Byrd. Just missed the fastball over the inside corner, and it's a full count. Been a good at bat for Byrd so far.
trying to go in. What will the umpire give you? And a bit inside, says Jeff Nelson and Fox Tracks. As you go back to the changeup, the curveball, the fastball in again.
And a base hit over the head of Nunez, and Santana will score from second base. And here comes a throw to second base, and out. The run scores, but trying to stretch a single into a double. Bird is thrown out by Arcia.
The Twins and Indians continue from Target Field on a night where the Twins are honoring Prince. He first became a star just 2 blocks away from the ballpark right here at First Avenue. This is where he performed so many of his shows. This is where he shot most of his movie, Purple Rain. The flowers, the messages, the memorials, they are everywhere here, Dick and Bert, as people continue to honor the legacy and the life of Prince.
Well, thank you, Marnie.
Thank you.
Prince's music being played here at Target Field throughout the day. When hitters have walk-up music authored and performed by Prince. Oswaldo Arcia takes a strike. Twins down 1-0. And Arcia takes a ball, 1-1.
Well, Salazar used a lot of pitches in that first inning. 25, only 11 were over the plate.
1-1 to Arcia, and he takes low, 2-1.
Arcia 3 hits and 7 at bats against Salazar.
And fouled back, 2-2. Rosario struck out 4 times yesterday. One of 2 bench players for the Twins tonight. The other is backup catcher John Ryan Murphy. That is a short-term situation. The Twins needed to get Alex Meyer up here to be very likely the first arm out of the bullpen tonight. And now 3-2 to Arcia.
Good take right there by Arcia. The ball's a little bit high, but that's the one that he has swung and missed at a lot. Laid off of it. Gomes wants a shakeoff. Now a fastball.
Fouled back. Well, the Twins made Salazar work a lot in the first inning. Trying to run his pitch count up. And ultimately, that's what the Indians did to Malone in the second inning.
Yeah, but he's kind of doing it himself. You know, only 11 strikes over the plate.
Fastball got him. And here's Eduardo Escobar's favorite Prince song.
Batting 7, The shortstop, number 5, Eduardo Escobar.
Little red Corvette. Escobar's favorite song, something that they'll be playing here during the 7th inning stretch for the rest of the home schedule this year.
That's a nice tribute to Prince.
And it goes back to last year when Torrey Hunter made all the rookies, and everybody on the team had to do it. And as the rookies came up, they had to sing Little Red Corvette in the Twins clubhouse. And
you're going to do that? When?
No. The ball driven to center, and Davis comes over and catches the liner for out number 2.
Escobar hit it sharply, but right at Rajay Davis in center.
And that'll bring up Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki back behind the plate. John Ryan Murphy caught all 16 innings and of course made the costly throwing error in the 15th inning. Suzuki with 7 hits on the year, and Murphy has just 3. The catchers are combined 10 for 69. Up high, ball 1.
Rudy Hernandez talking to Arcia. That's a tough pitch to lay off of for a lot of these young guys, trying to do too much. And I'm going to defend him. You know, I mean, Arcia has trouble with that. Will he ever be able to lay off of it? I don't know.
For some reason,
I don't think Rudy Hernandez or Tom Berdansky know.
For some reason, left-handers have just had a terrible time against Salazar. The Mauer double in the 1st inning, just the 4th hit he's allowed to a left-hander this year.
Opponent left-handers came in hitting 077, right-handers 217.
4 hits now, 42 at bats against lefties. 3-0. The Twins saw similar numbers yesterday from Steven Strasburg. And hey, righties aren't exactly enjoying a picnic against Salazar either. But 3-0 to Suzuki with Santana on deck. That's ball 4.
Second walk for Salazar.
All the Twins base runners, all 3 of them, have reached with 2 out, and Santana to the plate.
You know, we showed you the number. Welcome back Danny Santana off the disabled list, but for Salazar, this is his 63rd start, or in 63 starts. He's done a better job with against left-handers throughout his young career. Left-handers hitting 224, right-handers 246. Could be that split finger he has.
Strike 1. As we said, we expect to see Santana out in center field most of the time, with both Byron Buxton and Max Kepler being sent down. The Twins tried it with both Buxton and Kepler, trying to get them up to the big leagues to succeed with just marginal AAA exposure. There's Rosario. He'll see some time at center as well. It's a fly to center, and Davis over a few steps. The Twins get a base runner after the 2nd out and leave them aboard. It's 1-0. Fox Sports North is presented by CenturyLink. Switch to CenturyLink Prism TV for an advanced TV experience. Learn more at cprismtv.com.
Indians got a 2-out hit to drive in a run in the second inning, and now Juan Uribe, Jose Ramirez, and Rajai Davis will hit against Tommy Milone in the third. Indians went into Detroit. They were 6-7. They had all sorts of questions. They were pitching well but not hitting well, and then they thumped the Tigers in 3 games, and now getting pretty excited about the prospects for the season. The Twins have a longer way to go because of the hole they dug. Here's a ball laced to center field, a base hit leading off the third inning for Uribe. The Twins need to start whittling away at the deficit to the 500 mark. If you can't watch the games on TV, you can now stream games live on your mobile device. Go to your app store and download the free Fox Sports Go app. Log in and stream the Twins wherever you go.
You know, one thing the Indians did, we saw Davis, we saw Bird, we saw Uribe, we saw Napoli. Other than maybe Davis, all those guys like Uribe, they short, compact swing. They all have a lot of experience.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't replace 5,000 at bats up here, can you? Ramirez takes a strike. If the Indians can contend this year and for the next several years, they'll of course take what they can get from the likes of Napoli and Uribe and Bird. But one thing they did, and they are the envy of 29 other teams in baseball, they got some good young pitching, and they locked them up at a bargain basement price, including Corey Kluber, the Cy Young Award winner a couple years ago. Now Carlos Carrasco is going to miss, they say, 6 to 8 weeks with that hamstring injury he suffered yesterday.
It's a tough loss.
But they've got him. They've got Salazar. Popped up another foul ball that'll reach the seats. And if you've got that, if you've got good young pitching, and you've got it under your control for a while, and they stay healthy, you should never be out of it. You know, this Indian team doesn't need to score a whole lot of runs, I wouldn't think, this year to hang around the 500 mark or stay above it. And you're right there. 1-2. It's blocked by Suzuki, and it's 2-2. Terry Francona confirmed today, by the way, that Trevor Bauer will slide into Carrasco's spot in the rotation. Mickey Callaway's done a great job both with young arms and also some veteran arms out of that bullpen. 2-2 to Jose Ramirez. Chopped foul.
Ramirez, just a youngster, just 23 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. He's already in his 4th season. Some of that up and down, but Indians very high on him. And Michael Brantley activated for today's game. He is not starting.
2-2. Chopper to third and a foul ball. Indians getting some foul balls that are lengthening the at-bats against Milone. Top of the order, starting with Davis after this at-bat. 2-2. Driven to center. Sharp single on one hop to Santana. So the third inning starts with a pair of singles.
Yeah, a couple pitches left up. Uribe jumped on a high fastball. That looked like an off-speed pitch. And Ramirez weighed back nicely, lined it into center.
Here is Carrasco covering the bag. And he pulled a hamstring as he slipped on the base and jammed his heel in.
They say that he felt it prior to going to the bag. He felt something pop, and then when he fell, he hit that bag.
Shane Green had a blister. He had to be taken out of the game. He's a little upset, as you might imagine. And so the Tigers will come to town after Thursday's off day. First and second, nobody out. And now Davis. Ball one. Do you have any blister problems? Gotta be frustrating.
Yeah,
you
I did.
Worry about your shoulder and your elbow and all that kind of stuff.
I had it more underneath my middle finger's nail, and by the end of the year, almost my whole nail was gone. But I kept popping it in between getting it.
Well, we didn't
blood out
need
of
to know.
there.
That's way too
You
much
asked me.
information. It's way too much information. 1-0 to Rajay Davis.
Mix it up with a little pine tar and some rosin.
All right, moving on. 1-1.
Other than that, no. I filed most of it down because you wouldn't create blisters and calluses and things like that. But I saw the trainer on a regular basis, making sure that you didn't get any blisters.
Indians threatening to expand a 1-0 lead, and now 2-1. Well, pitchers who've had that problem have used all sorts of remedies, pickle brine, whatever, to try to toughen up the skin so they wouldn't get the blisters.
You know what I was told, believe it or not, but just put your finger, your middle finger, next to your nose and get the oils off your nose and then rub it in. I used to do that.
Gaylord Perry used to do that.
Well, that was Vaseline. It was behind his neck.
Fouled away.
No, not while you're pitching, just when you're between starts, that you make sure that you get your fingers that because you can feel if a blister's coming. You got to take care of it right away.
Guessing most of us, through our normal daily personal hygiene, would get the oil away, clean your face. You wouldn't have that oil.
So what are you saying? Why you're sitting so far from me?
2-2. And now 3-2. Kipnis on deck.
Tommy's struggling here in the third inning. 11 pitches to retire the Indians in order in the first, 23 in the second.
Seemed to be in a bit of a rhythm until the Bird at bat. Bird fouled off a bunch of pitches. There was a wild pitch advancing Santana to second base. And Bird got the RBI hit and was thrown out trying to go to second. Wrap to third. How many can they get? 1, 2. Park with a catch of a low throw. And Ramirez goes to second on a very timely ground ball to Nunez.
That's a heads up play by Nunez because you get that ball, you go to second. Well, you don't know where that runner is going to be. But right there, alertly gets to the bag and then steps on it and then throwing it over to Park. So a nice double play turned by Nunez. And if you're a youngster, and you're playing a little league or something like that, I'm sure Nunez thought about that before that ball came to him. If it's hit to me and I'm near the bag, I'm going to step on third and go to first. And it happened.
Kipnis with a runner at second and 2 down. Kipnis struck out swinging his first time up. And a breaking ball, strike 1. Bounce to the right side. Park goes to the bag, and Malone does a nice job pitching out of trouble in the third. It's still 1-0.
are presented by Quicken Loans. This Indian staff, talented, young, and they can strike you out. Salazar and Kluber. Well, Salazar, 11.29 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched.
Yeah, in the first 3 starts, 23 strikeouts and 18 1/3 innings coming into this ball game. He has only 1 strikeout, a couple walks. But over his career, this is his 64th major league start, averaging almost 10 strikeouts per 9 innings.
Eduardo Nunez will lead things off. Down and away, ball 1. The Twins struck out a club record tying 18 times in a 9-inning game on Saturday, and then set a club mark by striking out 20 times in an extra inning game. Popped up into the seats 1-1. Hey, with all the talk appropriately, sympathy and other emotions extended in the memory of Prince, saddened to hear today that outdoor artist Terry Redlin passed away last night in Watertown. Very world-renowned waterfowl and wildlife artist, and his presence has been visible in my home. And so our thoughts and prayers go to the many friends and the family of Terry Redlin.
Sure do.
Nunez gets a new stick. It's 1-1. And now a take, 2-1.
Salazar, one of those guys that said he's not, 6'4" type guy, but the ball very explodes out of his hand. Last fastball at 96.
Fouled away.
Twins batters really having a tough time catching up to that fastball, fouling it off over their dugout, the Twins dugout.
Dozier on deck.
14-game winner last year for the Indians, Salazar, in 30 starts.
Chopped toward the hole, backhanded by Lindor. What a play. What a play by Francisco Lindor. Get used to seeing it, folks, because he hasn't spent a full year in the big leagues and he's already one of the game's best.
Yeah, he is. He's fun to watch play. Just 22 years old. And you see him leave the ground right there to get a little extra on that throw. Right there off his right foot.
And remembering that Nunez is a pretty fast runner, and he got him with a little bit to spare. We mentioned before the Twins tried it. Well, they tried it with Aaron Hicks. They tried it with Buxton and Kepler to get them to the big leagues and see if they could handle things up here. In the case of those 3 players, it didn't work. In Lindor's case, that stop at AAA, he had just under 400 at bats at AAA. That's really served him well. He stepped in, and I don't think he's going back to the minor leagues at all. And you don't know until you bring a player up. I mean, many times a player can come up from AA and jump right in, and it's not that big of a change for them at all. But in the case of Lindor, that really helped him to just have some time at AAA, and that's the time now that Buxton and Kepler will get. From what we saw, I didn't see anything that would discourage the notion that Byron Buxton and Max Kepler are going to be outfield mates here real soon. One's going to be in center. It'll probably be Buxton, and Kepler maybe in right field. I think they're going to play alongside each other for a long time to come.
Well, the Twins hope so. They hope that they take this demotion and run with it as far as go down, work on your trade.
Make contact.
Big thing for Buxton, yes, make contact.
3-1 to Dozier with Mauer on deck. And now a strike.
Brian had the account 3-0 in his first at bat, then took a strike. Got a high fastball.
Full count to Dozier. Into the shift. Kipnis is over there and makes the play. 2 down. And it'll ring up Mauer, but first our carsoup.com trivia question: who holds the major league record for most consecutive games reaching base to start a season?
We think with the Indians here, it might be an Indian. Mauer has what, 20 straight now?
A double to right center field his first time up. And a strike at the knees.
It's got to be somebody like Kenny Lofton, somebody like that. They could, you know.
You're still thinking Cleveland?
Yeah, get an infield base hit. Yeah.
And on the outside corner, 0-2. With a 2-out double in the first, and then Sano walked. Suzuki drew a 2-out walk in the second. And a chopper foul. I'm going to throw out a twin. I'm going to say Chuck Knobloch.
Reading us on Joe last year. Now it was during the year, but he reached safely in 43 straight games from August to September.
Close pitch taken for ball one.
But the question was at the beginning of the year.
Generally, we fill in other trivia after we've gotten the answer wrong. 1-2. And a tapper foul.
Took something off that. That might have been the splitter. Joe a little out front.
Bauer trying to get Sano to the plate here in the third inning. To Kipnis on 3 hops. And Salazar has his first 1-2-3 inning. Wins last year. Wasn't just the Twins. He had quite an impact against everybody in the American League Central.
I mentioned his first at bat, you know, 420, 21 for 50. Now he didn't join the Indians until June 14th. But you can see he not only tortured Twins pitching, he tortured the White Sox, the Royals, and a little bit of the Tigers, hitting at 294. But last year combined in 99 ball games, he hit 313. Got some pop in his bat. 12 home runs last year. Drove in 51.
And again, while he was not up here, he was in AAA Columbus getting at nearly 400 at bats. Buxton tried to make the jump with just 55 AAA at bats. Max Kepler had 6. So they'll get a chance to get down there now in Rochester and work their way back up here.
But then you have a guy like Miguel Sano that came from AA last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. You just don't know.
And if they're talented, and they're more talented than the players you have up here, yeah, I can understand why Terry Ryan would say let's give it a shot. In the case of Buxton last year, remember Aaron Hicks got hurt. Hicks was just starting to figure it out, and then he got hurt, and the Twins needed a center fielder. They called on Buxton from AA. 1-2. 2-2 with Napoli on deck.
And Francisco Lindor, a switch hitter, as a right-handed hitter, 13 for 30 now.
That's up the line, and it will go and stay foul. Hey, I wanted to ask you, the ball rolling up there, a lot of people still analyzing the Oliver Perez bunt last night. Did you think that John Ryan Murphy did the right thing in picking that ball up?
Yes, I do. I do, because a good throw gets him by 8-10 feet.
And I think I expressed myself yesterday too, the same sentiment. You know, the pitcher's bunting. If he picks it up and throws accurately, he's out by 8 feet, and we're on our way home.
Well, how many times do we see somebody bunt a catcher, jump out of his crouch position, gets the ball, and then throws a strike over to first base? The ball just, airmailed over Joe Mauer.
Lindor battling Malone, 2-2, leading off the 4th inning.
We all make mistakes, believe me.
Ripped to Nunez with some soft hands. He picks it up and throws him out. Nice play by Eduardo Nunez.
Yeah, that ball kind of came up on him in the last second, but he played it nicely. Ball hit to his left, plays it off a little bit, and that's the soft hands you're talking about. Just, the glove. Don't try to knock it down. Just let it come into your glove. Nice play.
Napoli hit a fly ball to Sano his first time up. Taking low, ball 1. Malone trying to pick up his first win of the year here tonight. 4 singles allowed first time through the batting order. Now hoping for a better second trip through the batting order. 2-0. There's a strike.
Tommy always seems to, 60, 38 strikes. Good job. There's 2 strikes to every ball thrown.
Big swing and a miss. 2-2.
Malone making his 110th major league start. He has 41 wins, 29 losses, an ERA just over 4.02.
Got him looking. 2 down.
Almost like a little cutter right there. And Napoli kind of in disgust walks away. So 4th strikeout for Malone. Good job by Suzuki holding it there. He gets the call. First called 3rd strike of the 4 strikeouts.
Santana singled. Went to second on a wild pitch during the Bird at bat. And then Bird scored him with a single to left. Strike 1. One and one.
Santana, one of those guys that likes to, in that batter's box, is a right-handed hitter. He does it as a lefty too. Likes to bring that front leg up, almost like a pitcher would when you deliver toward home plate.
Busted his bat and a little dump single into right field. Ball or the pitch chipped Santana's bat. He's aboard with a 2-out single. We'll bring up Yan Gomes. April 29th. Wrestling night at Target Field. Can't wait.
Yes.
Limited number of Wrestling Night theme night tickets. Packages are available that include a game ticket and Twins wrestling mask. A VIP package is available that includes a private meet and greet opportunity with 4 legendary professional wrestlers, including Baron Von Raschke. Go to twinsbaseball.com/wrestling night to learn more about the Wrestling Night theme night offer. Now, if we're going to wear those singlets, it might still be kind of cold.
Well, sad to say, you're going to have to wrestle Jack Morris.
Why?
Because I have my first break coming.
We're in April. What do you need a break for? You're serious? You're taking a break?
No comment.
1-0. And 2-0. Well, when are you taking a break?
Well, I'm doing 100 of the 150 games, and I'm going home.
When?
Thursday on the off day. Then I'll rejoin you in Cleveland.
You're going to Cleveland this year?
Yes. And I'm going to Detroit 3 times. I'm not afraid.
Well, now you should explain.
No, I don't have to.
You don't have to? Okay.
I like Detroit.
3-0. Gomes went down swinging his first time up. And I'll be looking forward to working with Jack. Jack and I will be working together for about a week and a half, I guess.
Yep.
And there's a 4-pitch walk. And now with 2 outs, the Indians put together a threat. Marlon Byrd to the plate.
First walk for Malone.
Byrd had a long battle with Malone, ended up winning the battle. And it wasn't just the single at the end of the battle, but the wild pitch looked like a breaking ball in the dirt right in front of, it might have caught the front lip of the plate and hopped over Suzuki's shoulder.
Popped up, and that allowed Santana to go to second on the wild pitch. But yeah, a lot of pitches to Byrd. Finally on that 3-2 pitch, tried another fastball in, but hit it down to left field, and Arcia made a great throw to get Byrd at second base for the final out.
1 strike.
But Byrd did pick up the RBI, his 8th of the year.
In the 3rd inning, Malone gave up a pair of singles to start the inning, but got a big double play grounder and got out of the inning. Now here in the 4th, the Indians are putting together a threat after the 2nd out. One and one. Trying to keep the hamstrings loose on a cool night. Teams have heaters in the dugout. This ball hooked foul. 1-2. Indians have had some weather issues. They played 3 fewer games than the Twins this year. So it might be cool, but it's not raining, and the Indians are just happy to be playing here tonight.
Most of Byrd's career played in the National League. Last year started with the Cincinnati Reds, then traded over to the Giants.
Kicks away from Suzuki, and now 2 runners are in scoring position.
Second wild pitch for Malone in the ball game.
Take a look at it. I'll bet you Kurt feels he should have blocked this one.
Again, that breaking ball. Yeah, that's which we tried to knock it down. Ball just kind of carry him to his right. Both runners advance.
So similar situation now for Byrd, but this wild pitch puts 2 runners in scoring position. 2-2 from Malone. High fly to right, and Sano camps under it.
I love those sacrifice flies.
He makes the catch, and the Indians strand 2, and Miguel Sano will lead off the bottom of the 4th. Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by T-Mobile. Get major league coverage. T-Mobile has doubled its 4G LTE in the last year. Barney Geller, Dick and Bert with you from Target Field. The Twins opening up a 6-game homestand, hoping to get back in the win column. Lost the first 9 games of the year, and since then have gone 5-5. Sano will lead things off, then Park and Arcia. Up and in, ball 1. Inside again, 2-0.
Yeah, Salazar struggling with control a little bit. Only 4 first pitch strikes of the 13 batters he's faced. But he's only given up 1 hit. That's Joe Mauer doubled in the first inning with 2 outs.
And a strike, 2-1. Now strike 2.
Good fastball there. Good location.
And time called. So trying to get aboard here to start the 4th inning. Through a fastball or a breaking ball.
That's that splitter right there.
1 down.
Salazar picks up his 2nd strikeout. Good arm speed on this after a 96-mile-an-hour pitch. That splitter has a little bit of drop on it. Sano swinging over the top.
Fox Tracks was presented by Jeep. 1 down. Here's Byung-Ho Park. Came up with runners at first and second, 2 down. He broke his bat and hit a bouncer to Uribe to end the inning. Ball 1. High fly to right. Retreating is Bird, the wind carrying it out near the track. Bird's there for out number 2. While Major League Baseball's global reach seems to be greater than ever, for now Cuba remains one country that's outside its reach. Watch our special documentary Cuba, Baseball's Final Frontier, airing tonight following the postgame here on Fox Sports North. Oswaldo Arcia will bat. Arcia worked the count full and then swung at his Achilles heel, a high fastball, and missed it. Strike 1. Arcia with a couple of big hits in the last homestand. Strike 2.
Another fastball. They want it up. Arcia stays off of it.
That's almost identical, I think, to the pitch he swung through for strike 3 in his first at bat.
Right. Saw Gomes kind of move his hand up and also set up a little higher with his glove.
And now in the dirt, 2-2. Are sent down 6 men in a row since the Suzuki walked in the 2nd inning. Tapped up the line, foul. Talking about soft hands. Butch Davis there, one-handed that ball.
Came about 2 miles an hour too. Butch does a great job with the outfield play. Having some fun with the fans.
And Arcia strikes out, something near the outside corner. It's 97 miles per hour.
Leads the Twins in the 5th inning at Target Field and in the Minnesota Lottery Winners Circle with the Nelson family from Woodbury, Minnesota. And Tom is a big Prince fan. Helped make the symbol here tonight, a symbol that says a lot. Tom, what made you such a big Prince fan?
Just like many people here in Minnesota, we grew up with him. He's part of us, and his songs, his lyrics, and just the music he could create was amazing. And it's sad that he's gone, but you know, the Twins are doing an excellent job celebrating his life tonight. The opening ceremony was really, really neat, and it's just a special night. A little cold, but we're doing all right.
Favorite Prince song?
I can't pick one, but if I had to, I like Raspberry Beret.
Raspberry Beret. And Dick and Bert, they're all wearing purple tonight in honor of Prince.
You're all here by circle. My telly's a little on the blink, but you're circled.
1-2. 2-1 Uribe. Malone has given up some singles. He's pitched out of difficulty in the last 2 innings. Would like to have a clean, crisp 5th inning here. You thought I was going to say Coors Light, didn't you?
A big strikeout there, strikeout number 5.
1 down in the 5th.
Big slow curveball to Uribe. Uribe swings through it.
Jose Ramirez singled his first time up.
Ramirez got a changeup up, and he lined it in the center. Good curveball there by Malone, getting ahead. 12 of 18 first pitch strikes for Malone.
And a foul ball. 0-2. Know what the pitch count limit will be for Malone given the circumstances under which he's pitching here tonight. Twins have an off day on Thursday and don't know how the Twins are going to sort out the rotation right now with Santana, who did not have a bullpen session today. Duffy's shoulder feels a lot better after getting smoked by a line drive yesterday. Chopped foul.
And so with the off day Thursday, you know, Malone might be given an extra day before he's asked to start again at the end of this homestand, and that might allow the Twins to extend him an extra 10-15 pitches. But they have to be effective pitches and needs to be able to be getting outs toward the end. Up high, 2-2.
Well, it'll be Ricky Nolasco tomorrow, and then Kyle Gibson on Wednesday.
Full count to the number 9 batter.
Five strikeouts, 4 ground ball outs, 3 fly ball outs.
Nice pickup again to his left by Nunez, and that strong arm across the diamond to park 2 down.
Another nice play by Nunez.
And before Davis bats, you can follow Twins baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat app. Customize at-bat to feature the Twins and stay up to the moment at any moment with game day live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Plus, subscribe to at-bat Premium to get the MLB.TV game of the day, radio broadcasts, in-game highlights, enhanced game day features, and more. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Download MLB.com at-bat, the number 1 app for live baseball. That'll spin into the seats. 1 strike to Davis. Davis went down swinging in the first and bounced into a big double play, hitting a 2-hopper to Nunez in the third.
Yeah, most pitches thrown in the even inning so far.
Inside. Two and one.
You know, one thing I like what Tommy's doing here, when he's missing, he is missing down in the strike zone. Left too many pitches up. Left Uribe in the third inning, and then Ramirez back-to-back singles that were pitches that were up, and everything down.
That'll bleed through into center field. Davis rounds first, and Santana gets it back to the infield quickly. A 2-out single.
Even that pitch was down, and Davis just hit it right back up the middle. So the 6th hit off of Tommy Malone, all of them singles. I'll keep an eye on Davis. He likes to steal bases. 5 already this year.
2 outs in the inning, and Kipnis, the batter, he's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground ball to park.
But again, Tommy Malone very good at holding on runners.
And a first pitch, fastball strike.
I was watching Davis. He kind of moved back toward first base. 327 career stolen bases for Rajay Davis in his career.
Suzuki smothers a pitch down, 1-1. You saw Davis on his left hand with the oven mitts to protect his fingers from getting sprained. Missing, 2-1.
Sometimes you talk to base runners, they would want a lefty to throw over a couple times so they can kind of see what kind of move they have. See him kind of peeking in right there too at the signs of Suzuki. That's why a lot of times you'll give more than one sign with a runner on. There's a throw over. What he's looking for, if Suzuki's only giving one sign, he wants to see a 2 or a wiggle or something, and he has a better chance of stealing that base rather than maybe a 1 being put down.
How many pitches tonight have we seen Malone throw in the dirt that haven't been fielded cleanly by Suzuki? You're asking the catcher, in this case Suzuki, to catch a pitch, get a good grip on the ball, and throw accurately to second base, and it's almost impossible to do if the ball's thrown in the dirt. You might be able to catch it, but getting a grip on the ball and reaching in the right spot into the catcher's mitt is tough. There he goes, and the pitch swung on and missed, and there's no chance.
No chance. He went on first movement right there. He guessed right.
So he's got the oven mitt on the left hand, and he jammed a finger on his right hand.
You see Davis taking off, and could have a cannon right there, but you're not going to get Davis. He ran that. He stole that off of Malone.
And the count now 2-2 to Kipnis. And a base hit to center field. Davis around third. Santana's throw, a short throw, and it gets by both the catcher and the pitcher. And on his way to second is Kipnis.
So a stolen base for Davis, followed by a base hit by Kipnis, and it's a 2-0 Indians lead.
Their big clutch 2-out hit.
Well, here's a stolen base right here. Davis getting a great jump, stealing a 6th base, and then the breaking ball left up, and Kipnis just slapping it into center field. And with 2 outs, Davis slides safely home.
Santana charged that base hit, and with a little bit better throw, more accurate throw.
Yeah, they'll give Suzuki an error on that throw.
Okay.
And RBI for Kipnis.
And now Lindor will be walked to get Napoli to the plate. Napoli, a dangerous hitter, and he'll have 2 men aboard. Indians got a 2-out single to drive in a run in the second, and another one here in the 5th, and now Malone needs to slide into damage control mode, get Napoli, and get off the field with a 2-0 deficit. Now you look at the pitch count, although these are intentional, an intentional walk, 4 balls, but now you're up to 98 already on the day. Paul Molitor coming to the mound here.
Well, Santana did a great job of charging this ball, but the throw just kind of, you can see almost he threw it too hard, and Suzuki tried to get it and then tag the runner. I don't know if it just tried to overthrow that. So Tommy Malone's evening is done.
And Trevor May will be first out of the pen. up some zeros early, get into a groove, and then by the middle innings things caught up with him.
But that's 3 out of 4 starts. He's unable to go at least 5 innings.
Right. Here, though, the Indians, they got a big hit. That Marlon Bird at bat seemed to kind of have more impact than just the 1 run it drove in, because he was never able to get into a groove after that.
Yeah, Trevor May, the Twins had that 4-run lead after Dozier ended up hitting that 3-run home run in the 8th inning, and Trevor May came in. It kind of started with him. He did not pitch very well yesterday. Worked 1 inning, gave up 3 hits on 2 runs. The Twins ended up losing in 16 innings, 6-5. That kind of set up the Bryce Harper home run against Kevin Jepson. So May yesterday threw 29 pitches, 19 strikes.
Breaking ball over for a strike. May has inherited 2 runners this year, and they both scored. Michael Tonkin has inherited 5 runners, and they all have scored. And that's one of the things you look at when you're looking at a relief pitcher. How does he handle situations like this? It's relief pitching only by name if there actually isn't any relief in a situation like this. And he gets ahead of Napoli 0-2.
Good curveball for strike 1, then an overpowering fastball away.
And off the plate 1-2. Trying to strand a couple of runners here. The Indians have gotten a couple of 2-out hits. And a called 3rd strike. And from up here, that pitch looked outside from the right-handed batter's box. Napoli thought it looked outside. May strands a couple of runners. It's 2-0. Layered, and many of them in purple tonight in honor of Prince. And a pitch outside to Eduardo Escobar. Suzuki and Santana will follow against Danny Salazar.
Salazar has retired 7 straight Twins. Only 1 hit allowed to Mauer double in the first. 71 pitches for Salazar, 38 strikes. He's fallen behind on almost every Twins batter, but he seems to come back and get him out.
2-0 to Escobar.
See that.
And Santana, or excuse me, Escobar turns away thinking that was ball 3. 2-1. Twins have had only 3 base runners, just the 1 hit, all coming after an inning's second out. 2-2. Let's hope to get Nunez up this inning. High chopper off the glove to Lindor. It spins away from him and he still makes the play. With some extra spin off the glove of Salazar, Lindor was able to juggle it but regain control and throw him out.
That ball hit right back up the middle. Watch Salazar, the pitcher, thinks he can get it. Well, it ricocheted and then it hit the dirt and then went away from Lindor, but able to react. Boy, barehanded it and then got it in the air, spun, just got Escobar at first base.
1 down, and now Suzuki drew a walk with 2 out in the second. Mentioned earlier the Twins were swept in Kansas City. 2 of the 3 games competitive, but their losses nonetheless, of course. The Twins lost their first 3 games to the White Sox here. One of the areas where the Twins improved last year was their record within the division. They won 40 and lost 36 within the American League Central. That, as much as anything else, explains why they were above 500 by season's end and in second place. Chop foul. One and one to Suzuki. Hitting coach and the manager hoping that they can put together a mid-inning rally here. 2-1 now to Suzuki. Santana on deck. Just 2 walks, but 3 times that many 3-ball counts. 4 times that many.
8 times.
2 walks, 8 3-ball counts. That would be 4 times.
Minnesota man.
And Suzuki will head back to the batter's box. 3-2.
Love Jeff Nelson.
According to Fox Tracks, who I have absolute confidence and faith in. You don't?
No. Little pinky away, fastball away.
And a pop up to short center. Davis hustling in. 2 down. Bring up Danny Santana. Lindor, again, he hasn't spent a full year in the big leagues, but he's hit and he's played his position very well.
He really has. He's really ignited the Cleveland Indians as far as the defense. Offensively, hit over 300 last year. But we've already seen a couple great plays here tonight from the young 22-year-old.
Nine in a row sent down by Salazar.
A lot of chances, not many errors.
Well, the Indians have Kipnis at second. They don't have to worry about that for a while. Corner infield spots are a little up in the air with the veterans Napoli and Uribe playing there now. Chopper to Lindor. And he juggles this one, and Santana will reach. Not sure he would have gotten him anyway. But Lindor feels like he should have made the play.
He kind of patted his chest right there to Salazar. My fault. I should have had that. Now pick me up. We'll see how they rule it. But, you know, Santana, he can get down out of that box quickly. The ball kind of came up and hit the heel of the glove of Lindor.
Base hit for Santana, which I think is the right call. If it were Oswaldo Arcia who hit that ball, well, then it's a different matter. But Santana gets down the line pretty well. See what the Twins do with Santana's speed at first. He's a base stealer, and we've seen in the top half of the innings here tonight how valuable an extra base can be. Ooh, Santana started towards second and had to slam on the brakes. And the pitch taken by Nunez for ball one. Wide of first. It's a cliche hitting coaches talk about using the whole field, and not just on this current roster, but more than any other player the Twins have had in recent years. Nunez does that. We've seen him get doubles or triples over both the first and third base bag. 1-1. Just got back. He was heading towards second.
Yeah, quick feet right there by Salazar.
Napoli immediately motioned to the dugout saying, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, Santana looked like he stepped towards second.
I think they got him. Napoli right away said, we better take a look at this. I think this call safe is going to be overturned.
Great angle right there.
If Santana's pinky touched the corner of the bag, then he's safe, but it didn't look like it did. Santana looking at the video board replay. There's another angle that shows that he got his pinky on the base, and the inning might continue. Salazar, I think, trying to get Gomes' attention so he can stay loose on a cool night. Look, see if the pinky finger touches the base there, and then whether it stayed in contact with the base. I think he's going to be called out.
I'm going to have to agree with you.
Not easy for you to do that, is it?
No, I gave it a lot of thought.
Well, Salazar, you know, quick feet right there. He spun very quickly. Made a good throw to Napoli. Napoli quick tag.
If he does get picked off, it'll be his third pickoff in his career. Base runners themselves have had a tough time against Salazar. Stealing bases, 9 of 17 have been successful. So pretty good at holding on runners. There we go. Crew chief Jeff Nelson taking the headset off.
Safe.
Wow.
Don't call stands, but apparently they felt that his finger did in fact touch the base before Napoli's tag.
Hit the corner of the bag.
Nunez now with a 1-1 count. The Twins get a bit of a reprieve. The Indians have used their challenge.
And it was a good thing that Salazar kept throwing a little bit too. because once the call is made, whether it goes against or whatever, you can't throw 4 or 5 more times.
And a balk now is called, and that'll send Santana to second. That might have explained why Santana nearly got picked off prior to that. Now Mickey Callaway is barking from the dugout. You can't argue balks any more than you can balls or strikes. So I don't know whether one of his left leg collapsed or what happened.
Well, he was in the stretch position. I really don't know what he did.
Jeff Nelson, the home plate ump, called it. And so the Indians took advantage of situations exactly like this. A wild pitch in the second inning, a stolen base in the top of this inning. We'll see if Nunez can deliver a 2-out hit. Down and away, 2-1. Salazar really wants to finish the inning here because his nemesis Dozier's on deck.
Salazar had a couple balks last year called on him. First one this year.
Chip to right field, a long run for Bird, and a foul ball, no catch. Looked like he got there, might have even gotten leather on it, but the at bat continues.
See how close he got to the wall right here.
Nope.
This comes up a bit short.
Two and 2 to Nunez. Hit to the outfield, should score Santana from second.
Nunez leads the club with 8 runs batted in. He can pick up 9.
Another one popped up. This time Napoli chases it. And that's a row in the seats. Roll back. So how many times have the Indians been close to ending this inning? Bird almost made a catch. Napoli can't quite reach across to make a catch. The pickoff, the challenge that was denied. See if any of it amounts to much here as Nunez hopes to deliver a 2-out hit. Inside 3 and 2. Base is open, of course, but Dozier came into the game 9 for 18 with 2 home runs against Salazar.
Speed at second base in Santana.
Foul.
He's making Salazar work here. 7 pitches so far.
Santana got aboard with an infield hit. A ball that Lindor couldn't keep in his glove. They're trying to parlay that and a balk into their first run. And Nunez wastes another one.
Pitches for Salazar in his last start 5 days ago in Cleveland against Seattle. He threw 114 pitches in 7 innings. Ended up losing that ball game 2-1.
Another 3-2. And he took ball 4. And Dozier will come up with 2 men aboard.
Boy, great at bat by Nunez. And it's a 3rd walk for Salazar in the ball game. And Mickey Callaway, the pitching coach, just a trip to the mound to talk to his right-hander. Been a long inning.
And it's helped run up the pitch count on Salazar. The Cleveland bullpen has had some issues this year, an ERA of 4.5. And I wouldn't imagine that Salazar, even if he gets through this 5th inning, would be around for the 6th.
Yeah, I mean, the first inning 25, and then so far 22 here in the 5th.
Dozier with a fly to center field, and then he hit a hard ground ball up the middle, but the Indians were shifted, and Kipnis made an easy play. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Kipnis will stay closer to a more normal position for a second baseman. In the 3rd inning, Dozier's ground ball was hit right about where Santana's standing now.
Dozier hitting a 3-run home run yesterday. If you're thinking long ball.
1 strike. The only 3-run home run for the Twins so far this year. Up and away, 1-1. Twins with some speed on the bases. Santana at 2nd, Nunez at 1st. Two and 1. Good take by Dozier. Close pitch.
Well, fastball down.
Plenty of the corner.
Yes, it did.
There's ball 3, and Gomes couldn't scoop it and find it. So now instead of a double, the Twins need just a single to the outfield to tie the game, and it's 3-1. The 10th 3-ball count for Salazar.
Well, watch the ball go between Gomes and maybe skip off the plate and then hits the umpire Jeff Nelson's shin guard. Gomes, I think, thinking that ball's behind him, but it's underneath the umpire and himself. So a wild pitch charges Salazar, his first of the year.
3-1 to Dozier. Pulled down the line, and Dozier delivers the game-tying hit. Brian Dozier with a 2-run double, and it's 2 apiece.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm very, very thankful that something good happened this inning after all the things that kind of could have went wrong. The Twins capitalized on Brian Dozier's double.
Now 10 for 21 against Salazar.
Well, Salazar going after Brian Dozier with a fastball. Then he fell behind with a high fastball. Then this pitch right here, not called a strike. And then the ball that gets away, it advances both runners. Then Brian looking for a fastball and pulls it right down that 3rd base line. A big 2-run double for Brian Dozier, his 4th double of the year. Now with 9 runs batted in.
Lauer will be intentionally walked. All of this started with an infield hit by the number 9 batter. And Nunez with a great plate appearance, drawing a walk.
But the thing is, we had just shown highlights of Lindor about all the plays that he made, and that play right there, the ball came up and hit the heel of his glove, and he kind of even patted his chest and to his pitcher, you know, my fault. I should have had that ball.
And they have knocked out Salazar here in the 5th inning. Terry Franco coming to the mound. The guy who's been lights out for the Indians the last year and a half. Former Twin Jeff Manship will come into the ball game here in the 5th. Of his plate appearance was the balk. You think that rattled Salazar at all or not?
He just fell behind. You know, that call was not made on that good fastball down that kind of put Dozier in that hitter's count, and he got the fastball in.
And we thought last night that the Twins, with Nunez stealing second and the challenge being made, but he was awarded the stolen base, that would be a key challenge not overturned. Remember, Santana looked like he was picked off first base, and the Indians challenge didn't get the call overturned, and now the Twins have 2 on the board and 2 on for Miguel Sano, facing a very familiar face and name. Just the numbers along his stat line aren't that familiar. This guy's been awesome for them.
He really has, making his 6th relief appearance, 4 1/3 innings, a couple strikeouts. He has walked 3. Former Twin signee back in 2006, Jeff Manship.
Sano, half swing, strike 1. He'll see a lot of sliders from Manship. He might not see anything but a slider. Manship has done very well in that category we spoke of, inherited runners. He's inherited 6 this year, and none have scored. Came into the ball game yesterday in a similar spot with Miguel Cabrera at the plate, and he got Cabrera to pop up, leaving 2 runners on. Half swing, and this time a check. It's 1-1.
He also had a very good curveball. That might have been a curveball right there. Manship, 31 years old. When he was with the Twins in 2009 to 2012, it was kind of like up and down like a yo-yo. 41 ball games, 6 starts he made for the Twins. Won 3 ball games in those 4 seasons.
Nice dig by Gomes, and it's 2-1.
He was mainly used out of the bullpen when he did get called up. 3 wins, 2 losses, an ERA at 6.20. And then from there he went to the Rockies, the Phillies, and now in his 2nd season with the Indians.
Two and 1 to Sano. Laced to right field, a base hit. Dozier around 3rd. He'll score, and the Twins have taken the lead.
We saw that swing a couple times on the road. The inside out swing by Miguel Sano. Yes, he's got a lot of power. But I think this young man just getting better and better. He had a very good road trip. And kind of shaking his hands, but look at that. Goes down and just kind of hits it the other way. Almost like he pushed it toward right field where there's that big hole because of the shift. Ryan Dozier scores the 3rd run of the inning.
Still shaking his hands because that ball got in on the trademark of his bat. The Twins with 3 runs scored here. They had the bases empty, 2 out. An infield hit, a walk, a double, an intentional walk, now an RBI single. And here's Byung-ho Park. Ball 1. And again, the first inherited runner for Manship that's come around to score.
And that run charged to Salazar as Joe Mauer still his responsibility at second base.
Pulled foul.
Ooh, there's a hanger right there. Just a little quick on that high breaking ball. Yeah, both starters unable to get through 5 innings here tonight. Both Malone and Salazar 4 2/3 innings. Malone getting off the hook when he left the game down 2-0. Now the Twins up 3-2.
To Lindor. And that ends the inning, but the Twins string enough together to score 3 runs and take a 3-2 lead as we go to the 6th. Trevor May pitching with a 1-run lead. Carlos Santana batting left-handed. And there's ball 1. Twins in dire straits regarding the bullpen, even though Alex Meyer has been called up. Dozier and Sano with the big hits in the inning. Santana has 2 singles and a run scored. 1-0 from May. And now a strike.
Good change up there by May.
Fernando Abad might be able to help the Twins a little bit tonight, but he pitched 2 innings last night. Casey Fiend pitched in back-to-back games. I don't think the Twins want to go there. An inning apiece Saturday and Sunday. Side 2-1. Kevin Jepson would be available. May pitched just 1 inning in D.C. and gave up a couple of runs. There you see Abad. He's getting loose. O'Rourke's unavailable after his heroic effort late in the game yesterday. And now 3-1.
Yeah, Abad threw 31 pitches into 2 shutout innings.
Presley 2 innings yesterday. Tonkin 3 innings Friday and was the losing pitcher at the end. Now May's got to get back in the strike zone. 3-1. And Santana tried to tie it up. He'll be followed by Gomes and Bird. Twins carrying 14 pitchers. Chop to the right side. Park bobbles it. May covers and gets to the bag. 1 away. Somewhere on this cool spring evening is Marty Gellner.
And also here at the ballpark, Dick and Bert, the Minnesota Wild. They're well represented at Target Field tonight. All 27 members of the team are here. This is a required team outing to be at this Twins game and at the ballpark tonight. Their season ended yesterday after the Game 6 loss to Dallas, but they are bonding here tonight. A good chunk of the team is out front watching the baseball game, and then of course they duck inside to watch the NHL playoff game on TV. But the Wild here in full force tonight.
Oh, very nice. Thank you, Marty.
Yan Gomes, the batter. Twins shifting the infield, a swing and a foul. I asked Paul Molitor the other day, as you look at some members of the Wild. I asked Paul Molitor the other day, it was the first day in Washington, and I prefaced the question saying, is it because of who we played, the Brewers, who shift constantly, it seemed like, that the Twins are shifting less? And he didn't admit that they were, but I just still get that impression. The ball busted bat, and Nunez will let Escobar handle it. Low throw and safe at first. Escobar threw across low. Park eventually got it, but while the ball was in the air, Gomes crossed first base.
Another reason you hustle out of that batter's box, even to a ground ball to short. And the throw does get is low. It kind of juggled right there.
Ooh. Well, do the Twins want to maybe take a look at that? Gomes didn't touch the bag cleanly with reaching his foot. He kind of dragged his toe across. He missed with that foot. One foot actually crossed over the bag and he dragged his toe. And it may be that Park grabbed the ball before that trailing foot's toe touched the base. Well, this is going to be interesting because not a thumbs up or a thumbs down. They're actually chatting about it.
See, now he juggles the ball right here. The ball comes up, hits the heel, and then Gomes touches in front of the bag
and then crosses over. He's out. I think he's out, but I thought Santana was out.
I was going to say, I don't know whether to agree with you or not.
He stepped over the bag with his right foot and then touched the base with the toe of his left foot, and it appeared that by that time Park had secured the baseball. So I had written down error in my book, but I might have to get the eraser out.
Well, I hope so.
It's interesting. Usually Joe Vavra is on the phone with Sean Harlan. It's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but Joe actually had to explain to Paul what might be reviewable.
I think the question's going to be whether Park has had complete control of that baseball in his glove.
Try to watch one and the other.
You have to have control of that baseball. You can see the ball, and then when he grabs it right there, is it in his glove completely? Still see a little bit of that baseball, but he had a grip on it.
Yeah, from the angle we have, the ball disappears in the glove, but I don't know that the glove had closed around it yet. if we can tell from this angle. When is the ball secured by the glove? Right there. I think he's out. Right there, the base hasn't been touched yet, as you can see between the legs of the first baseman.
Boy.
It's just a matter of a couple of frames. And how big was the challenge of the near pickoff of Santana in the bottom of the 5th inning? About ready to take the headsets off, or their ears are cold.
Well, a couple of good things happened last inning. Not only is Santana was safe, they do call him out, but also the wild pitch by Salazar advanced the runners before Dozier hit the 2-run double. So, yeah, good inning for the Twins.
2 down. Base is empty for Marlon Byrd.
And Escobar saying thank you very much. Young Ho Park.
Byrd with an RBI single. He was out trying to stretch it into a double, and then he hit a fly ball to Sano. And I would use the recent challenges we had yesterday and today to support the idea that challenging is a really good thing. This is good for baseball to have this option. Yesterday's game could have changed based on the unsuccessful challenge of Nunez's stolen base in the 15th inning. And the swing and a miss. The challenge that the Indians almost got would have ended the inning, but it didn't, and the Twins were able to take advantage. So that's just my opinion. I think the replay and the challenges that are.
It's got to be another fastball here.
And it's down the line. And there you go. Gomes isn't at first base, and Byrd digs for second and has a double.
That's good hitting by a veteran right there. He was tardy on that previous fastball, and they came back with another fastball, and instead of trying to pull it, he just took it the other way. Byrd picking up his second hit on his second double for the Indians. Just, you know, May's fastball doesn't have a lot of sink, or right there, the veteran just taking that pitch down that right field line. So it's a 2-out double.
The Indians got a 2-out single to score a run in the second, and another one in the 5th. Uribe 1 for 2. Up high, ball 1. That time he chased it, the high fastball.
Yeah, Uribe, he's one of those hitters that he can hit a ball down on the ground. He can hit it over his head. Been around a long time, 16 years. Last year with the Dodgers, the Braves, and ended with the Mets in the World Series.
1 and 2. May have gotten away with was that a changeup that he left over the inside corner? One and 2 to Uribe. Got him with an off-speed pitch. And May pitches a scoreless 6th. And the challenge at first base is overturned, taking a base runner and a run away from the Indians. listen to this carefully. Only in Minnesota can you experience an award-winning and diverse landscape in each course you visit. And I'm addressing you, Mr. Blyleven. Whichever course you choose, a new personality and challenge awaits. A handful of Minnesota's courses were designed by some of the nation's top golf architects. And get this, the season runs as long as 6 months out of the year.
Wow.
Find endless ideas for the perfect golf getaway at exploreminnesota.com and share your favorites with hashtag #OnlyInMN.
Tell you what, there are beautiful
Yes, there are.
courses up here.
And the golf season begins, as far as I'm concerned, usually March. There's a course or two open. And last year, I know the course right by me was open till the end of November.
Wow. Russ Detweiler coming into the ball game for the Indians. He's making his 7th relief appearance. He's given up 3 runs in 4 innings. 1 home run, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts.
Only lefty out of the Cleveland bullpen. And Arcia takes a strike, 0-2.
Detweiler last year with the Braves. Started with the Rangers, ended with the Braves. Signed by the Indians over the winter as a free agent.
High and tight. Arcia has been staring at a pull shift in the infield. There isn't anybody within 70 feet of third base. And he hacks it in that general direction, foul. One and 2. Arcia with a single and is only at bat against a lefty.
A curveball right there, fouled off. Detweiler, a former starter, mainly for the Nationals, now in the bullpen.
Jabba Chamberlain warming up in the Cleveland pen. Checked his swing, and it is 2-2.
Detweiler with a big curveball. More of a fastball, outer half of the plate. Ouch.
Jam shot and a dribbler to the mound. Detweiler, high flip to Napoli, 1 down. And now Eduardo Escobar. Escobar just 15 at bats, but he's hitting .333. Much higher batting average from this side of the plate. Hit the ball hard his first time, lining out to Davis in center. And he hit that chopper that hit Salazar, went to Lindor and was thrown out. It's just foul wide of the bag.
That fastball in, he turned on it quickly. Yeah, that was last inning when Lindor made that great play.
One strike to the Twin shortstop. Toward the hole, Lindor backhands it. Look at the arm strength. He got him. Wow. What a play in the hole by Francisco Lindor.
It's the second time he has gone to his right. He did it with Nunez in the 3rd inning. And both Nunez and Escobar very quick down that first baseline. And Lindor had a great throw across the diamond to get the speedy Escobar.
Terry Francona is confirming something with Jeff Nelson, but he's going to make a pitching change. Man alive. Detweiler gets his 2 men. here in the 6th inning. And one thing we know, the Indians have 8 relievers, and there's a decent chance we'll see 7 of them tonight. Twice has gone into the hole, deep into the hole, to turn a base hit into an out. And he got Escobar for the 2nd out of the 6th. The Twins flex plan gives you the flexibility to choose your games and your number of seats. Choose in advance or even the day of the game. Don't plan, flex plan. Go to twinsbaseball.com/flex or call 800-33-TWINS to learn more.
Well, Jabba Chamberlain coming in to hopefully get the final out here for the Indians in the 6th inning, making his 6th relief appearance. He's given up only 1 hit in the 4 previous innings, with a walk and a strikeout. Chamberlain in his first season with the Indians. Last year split the season between the Tigers and the Royals.
Suzuki walked in the 2nd, hit a fly ball to center in the 5th. Down and away, ball 1.
Yeah, Chamberlain basically a fastball, pretty good curveball, slider, and a changeup. Twins saw a lot of them when he was with the Yankees and then the Tigers, and last year KC a little bit.
Popped up right side, chased by Kipnis and Bird, and Bird makes a running catch, and the Cleveland bullpen has a 1-2-3 6th inning.
Take a look at the Grand Casino story of the game for the Twins. It's in the 5th inning with 2 outs. That ball kind of bobbled a little bit by Lindor, allows Santana to get the first, and then the call that went in the Twins' favor, and then a balk by Salazar moves Santana to second. No, Santana was disrupted by that, but Nunez ended up getting a walk, and then the 2-run double by Dozier tied the game at 2 apiece. Manship came in, a breaking ball that Sano took to right field. That scored Dozier. The Twins take the 3-2 lead.
Yeah, quite the rally for the Twins. An infield hit, a walk, a balk, a near pickoff, and then finally a double, an intentional walk, and a single. It all added up to 3 runs. Now Trevor May yields to Fernando Abad to start the 7th inning.
Yeah, Abad, as I mentioned, you know, a lot of the relievers threw a lot of pitches yesterday in that 16-inning ball game. Fernando Abad worked 2 shutout innings. He threw 31 pitches, 20 strikes, making his 9th relief appearance.
Jose Ramirez will bat. He's the 9th place hitter, and then it'll be Rajai Davis and Jason Kipnis.
Yeah, good job by Trevor May. A couple strikeouts in an inning and a third.
Ramirez with a single and a ground ball to Nunez. First pitch, strike 1. Indians out hitting the Twins 8-4. And a liner to Dozier. 1 down. That'll bring up Rajai Davis. Davis with a strikeout in the first, hit into a double play in the third. Singled, stole a base, and then scored on Kipnis's 2-out single in the 5th.
Yeah, that came against the Twin starter Tommy Malone.
Couldn't complete 5 innings, so he's not qualified to pick up a win here tonight if the Twins in fact win the game. Missing ball 1. Twins are 2-5 in 1-run games and 1-4 in 2-run games. Line to left. Nunez didn't have any time to react. It's a 1-out single for Davis, and a couple of line drives have greeted Abad.
That ball just left up. Davis gets his 2nd hit. Now you get to Speedy Davis at first.
Stole a base in the 5th. And as you said, he went on first movement, just guessed right with Malone on the mound. Kipnis got a hanging breaking ball and lined it to center for his RBI single. Fastball, strike 1.
I think where Tommy Malone will pick up that right leg as a left-handed pitcher and kind of hold it. Abad a little quicker home.
Missing away. White Sox came back to beat Toronto 7-5. Detroit beat Oakland 7-3. Chris Archer, a lot of people concerned about his finish last year and his start this year. He had it going tonight, shut out the Orioles 2-0. 1-1 to Jason Kipnis. Fouled away, 1-2.
Yeah, White Sox playing good baseball. They're 14-6 now.
Think anybody in Chicago's noticed yet? Cubs are 14-5. Should really inflame the interleague matchup between those two teams. That should be fun, huh?
Yes.
1-2 to the Cleveland second baseman.
And
Somebody
now a
called
balk.
a balk. I think because he did not stop. I saw it a couple pitches ago. And Davis is going to be rewarded second base.
The second balk of the ball game.
Yeah, you have to come to a complete little set.
Oh my!
Wow. Who called that? I heard it. Was it?
I think it was Jeff Nelson.
I saw it a couple pitches prior that he seemed very quick, but boy, it looked like he came set for a second.
For those of you listening, that's Bert Blyleven, so consider the source. 1-2 with the tying run at second, and a called third strike, and the Twins caught more than one break there because Escobar had cut behind the runner Davis at second base and was way out of position, and you'll have a chat with Abad right now. Escobar thought there was a pickoff play. 2 down.
And Paul Molitor coming out, so Abad gets 2 of the 3 batters he was asked to get.
Fox tracks by Carrier.
That pitch almost froze Kipnis.
Bod leaves with the tying run at second. See Escobar cutting to second.
The daylight. See the daylight? What I meant by daylight, an infielder will raise the glove and then use wheel and throw. But
Ryan Presley will try to get Lindor and preserve the Twins' lead.
kind of piecing these last 3 or 4 innings together by the bullpens. Abad getting 2 of the 3 batters he is asked to get. Now Ryan Presley coming in. He worked yesterday, pitched 2 shutout innings through 32 pitches, 24 for strikes.
Lindor, as you pointed out, a switch hitter.
Yeah, my question, I guess, would be because in the 5th inning with Tommy Malone, he intentionally walked Lindor. That brought in Trevor May to face Napoli.
Right.
With first base open, could intentionally walked him again.
Well, I think
Presley
he's looking at
this Napoli.
Lindor's numbers here. He's a .448 hitter right-handed and just .212 from this side of the plate. Blocked by Suzuki, keeping Davis at second, 1-0. Cutter inside. And a foul ball, 1-1.
Yeah, those are his splits this year, struggling against righties.
Speed at second base for Cleveland. Another nice block by Suzuki, 2-1. now 2-2.
Throwing him a lot of breaking balls. Lindor, the Indians' #1 pick in 2011, 8th overall in the 11 draft. Born in Puerto Rico, but grew up in Florida.
2-2. That ball went 55 feet. Now Suzuki couldn't find it, and Davis, stutter stepping his way between second and third, never could pull the trigger on advancing to third base.
All right, so watch this ball where it lands. It's a curveball. It's off of Suzuki, and then spins behind him. And Davis doesn't know where this ball's going. Okay, is it by him? But get behind him. Does he go? Nope, go back to second.
Presley's fired 3 breaking balls in the dirt in this plate appearance. I don't think he's seen the fastball yet, has he?
No. See if they stay with the breaking ball.
Check swing. Did he go? No. And another breaking ball, and it's a walk to Lindor, filling first base.
Well, curveball just on the other side of home plate. Lindor holding up.
And now Napoli. Been called out on strikes his last 2 times up. There's the fastball. Ball 1.
I guess the Twins' game plan was to let Lindor hit, but he was going to have to hit the curveball.
Right. Presley just didn't throw enough over the plate or get him to chase.
Now you got to make sure if you throw fastball here, it's away.
Oh,
because of that swing right there. Very powerful swing that Napoli has.
1-1. Nothing but curves to Lindor. And nothing but fastballs to Napoli.
And Napoli with the Boston Red Sox. Then traded over to the Texas Rangers last year.
Inside move, keeping Davis honest. Two and 1. I'm not sure Presley's thrown him a strike yet. The fastballs that Napoli swung at have both been up.
Oh, we haven't seen any of that this year.
Nice to see the other guys do that a time or two. Look where the pitches are. They're all fastballs up and in.
I'll paint the corner. Ball down.
Right down the middle.
Well, you know what? We saw Bryce Harper yesterday. Remember, Kevin Jepson was going up the ladder with him, and then he threw that ball down, and Harper hit that game-winning or game-tying home run. That fastball up's hard to catch up to. When it's down, boy, these power hitters like Napoli or Harper.
Got him on the outside corner. Third time tonight that Napoli has been called out on strikes. And he has some words with Jeff Nelson. And the Twins beginning a custom starting tonight that during the 7th inning stretch, Little Red Corvette will be played here at Target Field after Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And we're going to stay for the 7th inning stretch.
For the Twins, center fielder Danny Santana.
Well, my brother-in-law had a little red Corvair, and that wasn't nearly the same as a little red Corvette. Well, the Twins getting through the top of the 7th with a 1-run lead.
Yeah, a lot of purple here tonight in honor of Prince.
Danny Santana will lead things off in the bottom of the inning. And he'll be followed by Nunez and Dozier.
Yeah, Trevor Chamberlain's still out there. You got the final out of Suzuki to end the 6th inning.
And Santana's infield hit. And all the weird things that happen afterwards. Here's a bunt. And Santana is tagged for the out. Nice play by Napoli. And that's what people have said both in Boston and here in Cleveland. Actually, we're in Minneapolis, but with the Indians, that Napoli really handles himself well at first base for a guy who hasn't played that position that long.
Right, former catcher, but you know what he does so well right here. Look at him charge the ball. And I think Santana, you can see him run out of the baseline right there and get tagged. But if he could have pushed that ball between the pitcher and more towards second base, may have been a base hit. But a good reaction by Napoli.
And a good attempt by Santana. Paul Molitor expressed that regarding Byron Buxton's demotion. Here's a first pitch chopper to second. 2 pitches, 2 outs. That in dispatching Buxton to AAA, they want him to bunt more. They want him to put the ball on the ground and use that tremendous asset that he has, his speed, and work on his bunting game.
Well, not only the strikeouts, a lot of the outs were fly ball outs off the bat of Buxton. And he's got to get that fixed.
2 down. And now Dozier.
And with the pressures up here of everybody expecting, you know, Byron Buxton to be the next Bryce Harper, you know, it's best for him to go down and relax a little bit and enjoy the game. I don't think he was enjoying it up here.
Well, when you think about it, he had 55 AAA at bats and Kepler had 6 between the 2 of them. Go ahead, add those
like
up.
61.
61 at bats at AAA between the 2 of them. I suspect that they'll be down there all year long. 1-1 to Dozier.
It might take him all year long. Who knows? Who knows?
The interesting thing is David Murphy, who was signed after being released by the Red Sox and was in Rochester with the idea that he might get a chance to come up here. And a couple of weeks ago, a week and a half ago, maybe it sure looked like that was going to happen. He packed up his locker and went home after meeting with Terry Ryan over the weekend. There's a called strike, and it's 2-2. So David Murphy's not an option anymore.
And I think last couple of days we talked about the height of certain pitchers. John Roush brought up, what, 6'11". You're
right.
thinking Luke Van Meel at 7'1".
Yeah, you had me fired up saying he throws 94, 95 miles per hour.
Does. Well, the Twins released him.
Well, but you showed me the numbers on the Rochester.
Well, you know what, 5 1/3 innings, you know, with 1 start and 5 appearances overall, totaling 5 1/3 innings, did you give up 15 earned runs? Probably not good.
May as well give those innings to someone else, right? That's what you do.
Tell you what, I still want him on my pitching staff when we play in the WBC.
Pick up basketball game breaks out, you got a 7-footer in your lap. 2-2 to Dozier with 2 gone on the Twins' 7th. Flipped foul.
Well, Dozier got the big hit in the 5th inning with that 2-run double right down the 3rd baseline, and they intentionally walked Joe Mauer. Jeff Manship came in, and Miguel Sano hit that ball to right field to score Dozier. That's where we're at, 3-2.
Now a 2-hopper to Uribe. He throws low. Napoli digs it out. A couple of nice plays by Napoli, and the Twins go down 1-2-3.
Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Grayson with your Mall of America Studio Sports Update. More American League Central Baseball on Fox Sports North. Game 2, the Twins and the Cleveland Indians. Join us Tuesday night. Coverage begins at 6:30 here on Fox Sports North. And now back to baseball.
Thank you, Jeff. A one-run ball game here. Ryan Presley did a nice job getting the Twins off the field in the 7th. He'll pitch to Carlos Santana leading off the 8th. First pitch tapped up the line, foul. Presley asked to pitch through the 8th inning, one would think, and then Kevin Jepson would get the 9th. I think that's the game plan at this point.
Now Santana, switch hitter, hitting .265 as a left-handed hitter. All 3 of his home runs from this side of the plate.
And a weird hop. And a nice stretch at first by Park. Escobar had a weird hop, and from the outfield grass, he threw across, and Park dug it out one away. I tell you what, we've seen Young Ho Park, even in spring training. He handles himself really well at first base.
He made a great play yesterday, and look at that ball, kind of had some spin, kind of backspin, and then the throw low, but Park right there picks it.
Some weird hops here. Nice backhanded pickup. One down. Santana retired. Here's Gomes. Taking low. Ball 1. Deep to left, toward the bullpen. Back, and a tie game. Gomes with a home run, and we are tied at 3.
Yeah, fastball down. Gomes hitting his 3rd home run. So Yan Gomes helps tie the game at 3 apiece.
And for Presley, the 3rd home run he's allowed this season.
Yeah, fastball came back over the plate. Suzuki wanted it away. And into the bullpen area.
And now Marlon Byrd. Inside, ball 1.
Byrd with a couple hits. RBI single in the 2nd and a double in the 6th.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
big play in the game too. We haven't really talked about it. Jepson starting to loosen up his Arceus throw when he threw out Bird to end the second inning, because the next inning Uribe and Ramirez had base hits. That's a good throw.
1-2.
Hard slider there. Bird unable to hold up.
Pizza Boy's coming up next. I see you.
1-2 to Marlon Bird. And Presley strikes him out, 2 down.
Second strikeout for Ryan Presley. And this copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Uribe with a single and 2 strikeouts. It's a chopper up the line, foul, 1 strike. Brian Shaw warming up. He might get the bottom of the 8th inning. That's fouled back. 2 strikes. With the Gomes home run, Twins have allowed 20 home runs and hit 17. Up and in, and it's 1-2.
Just looking at Uribe's overall numbers, he does almost 6,000 major league at bats. He's walked only less than 400 times. He is up there swinging.
Yeah.
He won't swing at that one. He may though.
Uribe, part of the World Championship White Sox team in 2005. Singled in his only at bat in the World Series against the Royals last year. That's to the gap in left center field, and that won't be caught. And Uribe has an extra base hit. So after the second out, another extra base hit. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez.
Well, fastball. Uribe put a good swing on it. Picks up his 3rd double of the year on his 2nd hit. Big pinch run for Chisenhall, I believe.
Tyler Naquin. So the Whites, or excuse me, the Indians with a substitution, pinch running Naquin for Uribe. And Presley will go after Jose Ramirez. Trying to keep this a 3-3 game, and the formula the Twins hope to use has been at least altered somewhat here in terms of relief pitching. Presley still asked to get through the 8th, but now the game is tied. Pulled foul. And Jepson will get the 9th, whether the Twins are trailing, tied, or having the lead. And after that, it's anybody's guess because of everything that happened yesterday. Jepson's ready. Dug out of the dirt by Suzuki, 1-1.
ground. Nice stop by Park. He'll keep the run from scoring, keeping the ball in the infield. And a base hit for Ramirez with Park knocking it down.
Yeah, nice play by Park right there, keeping it in the infield, as you said. And the speedy Nickman has to stop at third. Dozier right there too, diving. But Park's the one that knocked it down. Runners at the corners with 2 outs.
Michael Brantley is going to come off the bench and hit for Rajai Davis. Brantley just activated before the game today, not in the starting lineup. He injured his left shoulder here at Target Field late last year. And with Carlos Carrasco pulling his hamstring yesterday, they put Carrasco on the disabled list and activated Brantley.
Yeah, he had right shoulder surgery back in November of 15. Was not ready to go once the season started.
Over for a strike. Brantley, one of the better hitters in the league. This is his first at bat of the season, obviously.
Last year for the Indians, hit .310 in 137 ball games.
And a little tardy on that fastball. 0-2.
Fastball had a little tail on it, sinking the other way.
Presley trying to keep this a 3-3 game. Twins have been out hit 12-4. Have 3 hits here in the 8th. Breaking ball, and Brantley laid off. Look at the pitch count for Presley. Pitched a couple innings yesterday, scoreless inning.
Against through 32 pitches yesterday. This will be pitch number 32.
One and 2 to Michael Brantley. He's late on that fastball again, and he got a piece of it. Twins made a move to add a reliever. It's Alex Meyer, and this is hardly the type of game, nor has it been from the 5th inning on, when you'd want a guy to make his first appearance of the year. Depending on how things go here, they may not have a choice. 1 and 2. And a looper to left. And Arce is there to make the catch. Gomes hits a home run to tie the game as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
As we start the bottom of the 8th inning, and we will bring you our post-game coverage right after the final out tonight. It'll be Twins Live presented by CenturyLink, and we will look at Minnesota trying to bounce back after what was a very tough loss yesterday afternoon and into the evening in Washington, D.C. How Brian Dozier came up big in the 5th inning today, a 2-out, 2-on, 2-run double to tie this game, or to take the lead actually in this game before the Indians tied it. And we'll have the post-game comments from Paul Molitor after the final out of this one. Dick and Bert.
Well, thank you, Marty. I think we all learned not to talk about the 7th, 8th, or 9th innings as being the late innings yesterday, when in fact they turned out to be the middle innings. So this whole business of, you know, middle innings, late innings, and all that, it's all relative. Here's Brian Shaw had an interesting day yesterday. He's coming into the ball game here tonight for the 9th time. It'll be Mauer, Sano, and Park waiting for him.
They've been hitting around a little bit. 6 1/3 innings, 11 hits allowed, 10 earned runs. Shaw in his 4th season with the Indians.
Mauer with a double and an intentional walk, and he takes ball 1. Mentioned early on that the Indian bullpen has had some issues, and Shaw has had some of those. Pitch through the middle of the Twins lineup here in the 8th. And Mauer takes a strike, 1-1. In the outfield for the Indians, well, first of all, Ramirez is moving into 3rd base. Brantley is in left, and Naquin is in center. Line to the first baseman, Napoli. Mauer is retired. Yesterday, Shaw was in the game, and Brad Ausmus asked the umpire, that's Gary Cederstrom there, to take his glove off because he was wearing his wedding ring and something over his ring, which players do, and it was the suggestion that, by Brad Ausmus, that he might have been rubbing up the baseball and scuffing up the baseball using his wedding ring as a tool.
There's no way. Pitchers don't do that. They would never doctor a ball.
Swing and a miss, 1 strike. Well, certainly calling the ethics of Shaw into question.
Now, did they make him take the ring off?
Yes, he took it off, or the cover that he had for it, which is what I think was the offensive 2 strikes to Sano. And they just wanted to make sure that he wasn't facing the baseball.
Right. Shaw has a good hard slider. Also good fastball.
2 strikes to Miguel Sano. Just outside.
And one thing Shaw has been, even though he's off to a slow start, he's been very durable out there. 2 years ago, he led all of baseball with 80 relief appearances. Last year, he had only 74.
Half swing, but he went, and Sano is out on strikes. 2 down.
Well, there's that hard slider was just down, and Sano couldn't hold up.
That'll bring up Young Home Park.
Second time that Sano has struck out. But overall, the Twins have only struck out 4 times tonight.
Still just 3 runs on the board, and they all came in a flurry of activity after the 2nd out in the 5th. Here is Park. A couple of ground balls to the left side and a fly to right.
Yeah, time to park one right here.
Up high, ball 1. One and one. And now 1 and 2.
Getting that higher hard fastball there at 94.
Wow. 95.
Shaw, wearing his wedding ring, strikes out a couple of Twins in the 8th. Our score, top of the 9th inning, and Kevin Jepson comes out of the pen. He'll face Kipnis, Lindor, and Napoli.
Yeah, Kevin making his 9th relief appearance. 0-3 out of that bullpen. He has the only 2 saves the Twins have so far on the year. Gave up that home run to Bryce Harper in yesterday's ball game that tied it in the 9th inning, 4-4. We went 16 innings.
Yes, we did. Kipnis 1 for 4.
But it was a quick 16 innings. It was 5 hours and 56 minutes, I think they said it was. Who cares?
Kipnis 2 for 4 with a couple of walks against Jepson. Throughout the year last year, the Twins won a lot of ball games because their late inning guys were better than the other guys, late inning guys. First pitch popped up near second base. Dozier's under it. Been 3-4 games this year where the late inning guys have really struggled. That's cost the Twins in the 1-loss column. 1 down quickly. Jepson will take that. And our carsoup.com trivia question: who holds the major league record for most consecutive games reaching base to start a season? Ted Williams, I'll bet.
How about Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter. You've got followers on Twitter too, don't you? I had a Twitter follower tell me it was Ted Williams.
Well, I have better Twitter followers than you do.
Strike 1 to Francisco Lindor. 0 for 2 with a couple of walks, one of them intentional. Outside 1-1.
Nunez playing about even with the bag and then kind of creeping in. You also want to take the bunt away from this guy. About even with the third base bag. First steps will be in.
We've seen Jepson use his breaking pitches more frequently, but he didn't use it to Bryce Harper. Harper got fastball after fastball until he found one he could drive. 1-2 to Lindor. Back to the fastball for ball 2. And he waved at it and got a piece. He foul tipped it right before the ball got to Suzuki's glove.
He almost put the bat in Suzuki's glove. Watch this, right at the last second. He almost hit Suzuki's glove.
Which would have been catcher's interference and put him at first base. Fouled away. Napoli waits on deck. Two and two. Driven to left. Garcia back. 2 down. And before Napoli's at bat, take a look at what's next. Brought to you by CenturyLink. Cody Anderson had a tough start to his season, and Ricky Nolasco's had his best start to a season in a Twins uniform. Mike Napoli, the batter, a fly to right, and then 3 called third strikes. And after the third called third strike,
he better be swinging early here.
He had some words with Jeff Nelson. There's a breaking ball, and Napoli swings through it. So nothing but fastballs from Ryan Presley in the 7th.
Yeah, a lot of fastballs up that we showed that he swung through, and then Ryan actually pretty good pitch down and away that was called out on strikes.
There's a fastball called a strike. And the Twins have gone outside regularly to get some called strikes against a really good hitter.
Well, he stands a little bit, you know, in the middle part of the box and just got a piece of it.
0-2.
I don't care where this ball is, you better swing. No, not on that one.
1-2.
Oh, fastball away. Clip the corner. Oh. See, and that's what I've seen Kevin do a lot. Get underneath that fastball. A lot of pitches up. When he's on, he creates that good downward plane. With just rushing a bit. Get that fastball in the mid-90s.
2-2 to Napoli.
Maybe drop the hammer on him.
A fly ball, right center field. Santana calls for it. And a good clean inning for Jepson. Twins have 1 walk-off win this year. Maybe the second comes tonight.
and a finish. Endings are imposed and inflicted. Struck him out. Got him. Breaking ball got him. Finishes are earned and celebrated. Trevor Plouffe walks him off. The most electric moment at Target Field in years. It's the last word, the closing act, the final step, the whole point. We don't remember the start. We never forget the finish. That's to the left field corner. Ortega chasing it. Twins win. Arcia drops a game winner into the left field corner. And it will be Arcia leading off the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, that was in the 12th inning of the that Angel game that the Twins won, thanks to Arcia's ball. They gave him a single down that left field line, but it didn't matter. Twins won the ball game. See if they can do it against Zach McAllister, coming in for the 9th time this year. Hard throwing right-hander in his 6th season with the Indians.
Arcia, 2 strikeouts, swinging, and a comebacker to the mound. A little bit of a shortened shift for the Indians now, with Arcia leading off the inning. Fouled back. 3 infielders on the right side, but the only infielder on the left side, and I believe that's Ramirez, is playing shallower than he was back in the 6th inning when Arcia led off. 1 strike. Checked his swing, 1-1.
McAllister slipping a little bit on the follow through. McAllister 6'6". Originally signed by the Yankees. Came up with the Indians in 2011.
Arcia 0 for 6 with 2 walks, 4 strikeouts against McAllister. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And as we work through the bottom of the Twins batting order, it's Arcia, Escobar, and Suzuki. Remember, just 2 bench players for the Twins tonight, Eddie Rosario and John Ryan Murphy. 1-2. A drive to right field. Going back and gone.
How about that?
Oswaldo Arcia's 3rd of the year and his 2nd walk-off hit of the season.
Yeah, get rid of that helmet. Well, he got a fastball and did not miss it. And the Twins beat the Indians 4-3.
Big moment for Arcia. Behind in the count, and a fastball that tailed over the heart of the plate. And the Twins, who were walked off yesterday in the 16th inning, walk off the Indians at home here tonight.
That's a 380-foot line drive home run.
Arcia, kind of a man without a position, but he has come up with maybe the 2 biggest hits of the season, and right now he's with Marty Gelder.
Big hit, big home run, big game winner, and you've done it before. Are you pretty comfortable in that situation, standing there knowing what's on the line in that position?
No, lo sabe, los 2 primeros swings que hice, sabe, está un poco grande, sabe, ahí cortó un poco el swing, traté de poner la bola en juego, pero tirar se ha lucido un poco duro, y gracias a Dios salió ese jonrón que.
No, yeah, at first I was doing, my swings were too big, but then afterwards, especially in this situation, I knew I had to shorten up a little bit, and sure enough, I did that, and the ball went far.
Adjustments behind in the count. right there. How much did you learn from having been in that situation just a couple of weeks ago, a couple of different times?
Que toda esta situación otra vez, pero que justo has tenido que hacer para estar en esta situación y tener resultados.
¿Sabe? Como lo dije ahora, estaba demasiado grande, estaba haciendo swings demasiado grande, traté de ocultarme un poco, tratar de, ¿sabe? Siempre me mantuve buscando ese picheo del medio para adentro y en el último picheo que le di fue el picheo que estaba buscando.
Yeah, like you said, I've been here before, and I've been swinging too hard or too big, and I was able to adjust and find the right pitch, and again, I hit it out, and it's good for us.
How big was this for you guys to have come back after a very tough road trip and a very tough loss last night to be able to celebrate on the field today?
¿Qué significa esto para el equipo después de venir de un viaje tan fuerte? ¿Qué significa esta victoria para el equipo?
No, sabe, significa mucho. El manager habló con nosotros, sabe, que indiferentemente de lo que haya pasado, que nos mantuviéramos trabajando duro, que estuviéramos fajándonos en cualquier situación y mira lo que está pasando, gracias a Dios pasó.
It meant a lot. Molly talked to us before the game, and he told us that we just keep fighting, that this was not the end, and that we were going to be all right. And look at us now. We are all right.
We are all right. That was a great win. Congratulations and gracias.
Yes, thank you.
Oswaldo Arcia hits the walk-off home run from the Twins. They beat the Indians here tonight. Tom Hanman.
Marnie, a shorter interview for fear of hypothermia after Oswaldo Arcia is soaked. Some great moves by Marnie as well to miss that soaking. What a finish. The Twins' designated walk-off winner. Oswaldo Arcia does it for the second time in the month of April, and the Twins break through with a 4-3 walk-off win here in Game 1 of this series with the Indians.